Our beloved Messenger of Allah ﷺ has commanded us, begin fasting for the month of Ramadan upon sighting the crescent of Ramadan. Discontinue fasting for the month of Ramadan upon seeing the crescent of Shawwal. And if you are, with your naked eye, unable to see the crescent of the month, then you complete 30 days. It is our ibadah of following this prophetic command that is unequivocal, clear-cut in its meaning, and has been conveyed to us through many authentic, decisive sources. It is our submission to this prophetic command that determines the Islamic calendar. The Islamic calendar is not determined by automated calculations. The Islamic month is not begun by visibility estimations. And as modern Muslims, we have to be very wary of seeing how the increasingly changing world is dictating the way that we behave. The modern world seeks to bend us to its routines, to regulate human behavior. And it is only through submission to Allah, through ibadah, that we will remain liberated from the clutches of this increasingly digital world. And this is also why there's also a great wisdom that throughout the year, the timings of the 5 prayers constantly change, move back and forth. It's not something that you could regulate. Rather, whether you're at work, school, or traveling, you have to adjust yourself according to this ibadah towards Allah. Instead of trying to bend the deen for our comforts, even in the constantly changing timings of the 5 prayers throughout the year, we see this is not something that you can neatly regulate into your routine, neatly fit into your schedule. Rather, the meaning of submission in prayer is maintained because you can't make a mere habit out of this. Your submission is maintained because you are constantly adjusting to this. Similarly, this prophetic command of sighting the crescent ensures that we maintain our submission to Allah instead of seeking to regulate the deen at the expense of decisive, clear-cut commands from the Quran and the Sunnah. And this is why constantly throughout the Quran, Allah calls us to pay attention to the natural signs around us. Look at the stars, the sky, the sun and the moon, the mighty mountains, the flowing rivers. Allah is calling us to pay attention to the natural world because they point to their Creator. The natural world is constantly reminding us of Allah. We don't want that at the behest of these man-made gadgets, these potential idols that are fashioned by human hands, that we come to submit to them at the expense of submitting to the Creator of the heavens and the earth, the Creator of the moon. Allah has determined that the changing phases of the moon and our sighting it, our ensuring that we look at the moon as a sign of Allah and determine our Islamic calendar by it, we don't want that we no longer submit to this and we try to, just like everything in our life, and increasingly the modern world seeks to industrialize every facet of human behavior, we begin to extend that to the deen at the expense of disobeying Allah and His Messenger. Sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam. May Allah Azza wa Jal save us all.